It means everything. When joining the company, it just had the immediate impact of, wow. When I walk into an interview, I already have the Sotheby's name behind me, and all I have to do is impress the client.
Great, good. Okay.
To be a Sotheby's International Realty agent means that you have immediate accreditation in the marketplace. The name itself garners so much respect. And in addition to that, you're associated with the most professional and successful agents in the industry.
I think being a Sotheby's agent, you're making a decision consciously, both internally and outwardly to all the other professionals and all your other clients in San Diego, that you're holding yourself to a higher level of accountability, that you're more serious about your business, and that you're willing to commit more time and more of your thought into what you're doing.
I think for me, what it means to be a Sotheby's agent is that in general, you're dealing with a higher caliber agent. I've been in the business for about 10 years now, and it's really refreshing when I work with another Sotheby's agent. They're a little bit more experienced, a little bit more knowledgeable, and definitely more professional. So that's kind of what it means to me. You're, I guess, at a higher caliber.
Tell us about.
Well, I've been with Sotheby's now for a year and a half, and I've been in real estate for 30 years. So to me, it's a real eye-opener. Everything's a new experience. The brand, the reputation is far superior than anything I've ever seen. I've been with Sotheby's now a year and a half, and it's a wonderful experience. They have wonderful management, teaching, and participating owners. So it's a wonderful thing to be involved with. And my clients are also very, very happy.
Perfect. Good.
My clients are very impressed with the Sotheby's brand.
There's a lot of great tools and marketing pieces. Having the international exposure that Sotheby's offers, along with the auction house and just the global connections, I feel that no matter where I sell real estate, my clients come to me because of what I can provide to them, and along with the brand. And the Sotheby's brand has totally elevated my career, and it has taken my business to the next level, not just for my clients and not just for my public image and my brand and wanting to show the best quality life that we have, but it helps the clients, and they come to us because of the brand. And I think that people need to know that there's a lot of value in the Sotheby's brand.
It means that I belong to a global family of high-performing agents.
It opens the doors. It gives me credibility when I walk in with clients. It's my clients are looking for in terms of a brand.
Partnering with Sotheby's gives me instant credibility. It gives me instant international exposure with the most prestigious and luxurious name in real estate worldwide.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So additionally, because we're owned and managed locally, it's kind of the best of both worlds. This franchise feels more like a family to me than it is a big corporation.
I've been working with Sotheby's for about 2 years. In my 12-year career, I've worked with a bunch of different brokerages, and I felt like those other brokerages didn't really have an identity. So when I was conducting my business, it would always be, "Hi, Laura Lothian." My voicemail on my phone would be, "Hi, thank you for your call. This is Laura Lothian. How can I help you?" Well, since I've been with Sotheby's, my answer is, or my voicemail is, "Hi, this is Laura Lothian with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty." And I find myself constantly dropping that name the way I would drop like a celebrity name or something. So I am very proud to constantly say the word Pacific Sotheby's in my business, in my messages, in my outgoing marketing pieces, my letters.
Okay.
Yeah, I've found that it's been incredible. They're all very forward-thinking and committed to our success.
The leadership at this company is incredible. When deciding which company I wanted to affiliate with, I didn't meet with a recruiter per se, but I actually met with the owner of the company and the general manager. And for me, it was a way of saying, come on board. I want you to experience the excitement that we have about this company. And to this day, every little success that I have, I am greeted by the owner of the company. He congratulates me on every success, big or small. And that's a great way to really feel motivated and want to be the best agent I can be.
Being a team leader within the Sotheby's network and the local San Diego brokerage, I really set the tone for our team off of the Sotheby's corporate team. It's inspiration. In fact, it's that leadership which was what made me make the decision to come over to Sotheby's. I believe when you're in the fastest car in the best lane, it's pretty hard to mess up your business. And I think that there's no other brokerage within San Diego that offers that level of leadership. Being one of the larger team owners within the Sotheby's model, I take all the leadership from the corporate staff. The leadership at Sotheby's is comprised of some of the people who have set the tone for real estate in San Diego for the last 3 decades. And they all came together into a power team. And I think everybody knows that. And that's why Sotheby's is one of the fastest growing companies within San Diego County.
What would you tell? I think the leadership with Sotheby's is great. I've worked with a lot of the people who are involved with Brian and Steve and Ida. And one of the biggest things that I appreciate about the company is that they're very approachable. They're very accessible. I've personally dealt with many of the people, well, all 3 of the owners, and they've been very hands-on and, in my opinion, sincere about our success. So to me, that's really important. A lot of the other companies, you're not able to really speak to them and get their true opinion or help, and it's not been the case at all in my experience with Sotheby's.
Pacific Sotheby's International Realty has by far the best leadership. The first word that comes to mind is wow. You have their cell phone. They're not toll-free numbers. They're literally, you can call them at any minute of the day if you really need something. The support system from them has been unbelievable, and they're all on the same page. Not one deviates from the other. If you have a question, they all answer it the same, so you have to know that you can't call all of them at the same time. But that is actually one of the #1 reasons why I am with Pacific Sotheby's is the leadership.
Yeah, I smile immediately. I think of Steve Games, just a great leader, very inspirational, follows through with what he says he's going to do, and that's important. As an agent, I've been in the business, only 13 years, which is a long time in real estate, but been with a few different companies. They don't always deliver, and Steve is certainly very passionate about what he does, and everybody with the company has been great. Good follow-through. It was a good move for me.
Well, about my 4th week in the company, I had a buyer contact me from Singapore who found me on the online on the website and recognized the company's name, liked my profile, and within 3 weeks we had a property in escrow.
The global network has been an incredible, has added an incredible synergistic factor to my business. About a year and a half ago, we went over to Hong Kong as a group, and I really wasn't certain that there was any value to the fact that we had 600 offices in more than 50 countries. And when we went there, we networked with literally 100 to 200 real estate agents from all over the world. And as a result of that, I've been able to build a network of buyers and clients and sign agreements with companies that are coming and bringing buyers from Asia and all the other parts of the world. I have a listing, and I have several listings that have come about due to these relationships in other parts of the world.
There are 640 Sotheby's International Realty offices globally. That allows you to give, that allows you access to agents all over the world who can help promote your property to their clients.
I've attended the auctions in both Hong Kong and New York City, as well as the global networking event. And I can tell you that establishing relationships with my colleagues from around the world is invaluable. I'm able to expose my listings in a way that none of my competition can touch.
Perfect.
I always say I act local and think globally, and what I mean by that is the Sotheby's International Realty brand has really opened up my
ability to do business all over the world. If there's a Sotheby's International Realty office, I can do business there. And the best part about it is the consistency. I know if I'm telling a client about what we can do to sell their home, no matter where that office is, no matter where, anywhere in the world, they're going to be able to provide that same level of consistency and service. I recently had a client, I was selling their home in Solana Beach, and they wanted to replace that with a home in the south of France. And it was very easy for me to pick up the phone, call the owner. It was a €7.5 million referral, so it was very good. But they could stay in the family. It's very easy. And more importantly, it's just opened up my business to being able to provide service for my clients all over the world.
Global Network in June that I went to for the first time was an unbelievable experience. Within 20 minutes of arriving to the pre-event at a house in Bel Air, a lady came up to me from a San Jose location and said, "Oh my gosh, you're San Diego, I have a lead for you." I was blown away, and I was actually really excited that I was the first one on the scene for San Diego. Put me into the world of the next 4 days of realizing that I had to put myself out there and go introduce myself and make my face the recognition for Pacific Sotheby's. And so I can't wait for the next one, which I think is in Miami, and I'm excited. I think global networking is the best way to get a referral across the world to another Sotheby's agent.
I worked with another real estate agency, and they said they had global networking, but they really didn't. The Sotheby's does have the global network. I went to the Hong Kong Sotheby's auction, and it was a wonderful experience. We met with agents from other countries, and we participated in bringing our brochures, and everything went well. And now I've also referred places from Italy and New Zealand properties to them effortlessly.
It's provided me a network of agents around the world to assist me in selling my clients' properties. That opened doors for me to meet other agents from around the world that represent and work for the same brand. We have the same goals in mind, we have the same types of clients, it's provided a network of people for me to contact around the world with confidence on behalf of my clients.
I've worked with other brokerages in the past, and what I find about Sotheby's is the international market is wide open to us. The marketing is superior to any other company I've been with, and the name alone says it all.
Great. What's different from an agent perspective about working with Sotheby's is that, again, I think you get a higher caliber agent. It's not that there's any pretentious or anything to that extent, but you are going to get a call back when you call someone in. All of the advertising is of a different level. It's more professional. And all around, it's a better experience from what I've seen.
The thing that amazes me is that everyone at Sotheby's has experience in every job they do. I have never met an inexperienced agent. The trio of management is hands-on, totally involved, all the way down to the receptionist. They're all professional people that know how to do the job they're doing. This provides a work environment that is unrivaled. I have never been in that situation where I didn't have to help everybody else along because I'm an older person with a lot of experience. And it's just a terrific place to work.
Well, probably one of the first things I noticed right off the bat is when you say who you're working with. It's instant recognition, instant credibility, instant. It's really mine to lose once I pronounce the name. I'm with Sotheby's, and it just has a great tone that it sets right off the bat. That's probably the biggest thing I know. There's many things, but that, first of all.
Working for Sotheby's is truly unique because it is the only international company. You have the auction house, which is been legendary, and it's been around for over 100 years. So having the opportunity to use the auction house with our clients and also to make commission off of using referring the auction, the artwork, and our clients whatever things they might want to sell, really helps even more so to when you're marketing and listing a house, and no other company can offer that.
What it means that I belong to a network of global agents looking to perform at a high level every day. The marketing and the tools that we have and resources are elite, bar none. So far, I've been extremely impressed with all the tools that we have on a day-to-day basis.
Good.
Everything. We have the best local leadership, and we have a brand of international exceptional quality that nobody else can match. It's made a world of difference.
We have this network, a local network of support from our managers, of course, to the amazing marketing where we can walk up to hardworking, successful, talented people who care about what we're doing, to the legal counsel we have, and then the training, the education is second to none, and it's so vital to our success, and it puts us kind of at the top of our game to have that education on a daily basis. It's very impressive, and I feel smarter being a Sotheby's realtor.
There's been many things, but probably the most has been the marketing platform. I've found it's been the greatest reach around the globe, and when I explain that to my clients, or prospective sellers and buyers, they're more than impressed.
From a listing standpoint, I think when we go into a listing appointment, we need to be able to offer a client something that he doesn't already have from the other notable companies in the area or the notable agents. And so what I find is that not only can we offer a strategic advantage in terms of internet access, internet ability, paper marketing, what we are able to offer is, because of our relationships with the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and many of the other notable news media, we're able to offer to our clients a marketing package that's far superior to anything that the other companies could possibly imagine.
Tell me a little bit about the Sotheby's Realty marketing.
Sotheby's International Realty is very closely associated with Sotheby's Auction House. And Sotheby's Auction House has established media ties with the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the BBC, the Hong Kong Tatler, and many, many more. Last year alone, that delivered over 700 million impressions of Sotheby's International Realty properties globally, and I'm sure resulted in many sales.
The strategic advantage that I get with the Sotheby's brand is the global and international reach. When I'm able to explain to my clients that their listings will have an exposure around the world, it gives them a unique advantage that they can bring to their property that none of my competition can do.
It's interesting. I've been with 2 other firms before Sotheby's, and my experience has always been promote yourself, don't worry about the brand. And I can honestly say this is the first time where I've said there is value to the Sotheby's name. And in fact, as I'm redoing my marketing, my website right now, I am placing Sotheby's at the forefront of my marketing opposed to bearing it down in the footer. So I haven't been with the company long enough to really assess how much this has impacted my marketing. But I've seen a difference as far as the response from my clients, and I think the brand name is a huge benefit to being a Sotheby's agent. So when I joined the Sotheby's company, and I let my clients know via, whether it was in person or via my newsletter, I was really surprised to see that they were actually congratulating me on joining the Sotheby's company. And to me, it didn't really hit me what the Sotheby's name carried until I got that congratulations response from my clients. And it makes me feel proud to be a part of the team. And it's been really a great experience.
I would say, having been in the business only 3.5 years, I've closed about $45 million in real estate transactions, and I attribute it all to the brand. I really couldn't have built my business the way that I have if I didn't have the credibility with the Sotheby's brand. believe me, when you call and you say you're with Sotheby's International Realty, people pick up the phone and they take your call.
The strategic advantages that Pacific Sotheby's and Sotheby's together have done for me is the marketing, the advertisement, the local versus international focus of my listings, and also gaining prospective buyers from my listings. Things like merging with a magazine, a local magazine, and making an event for a property to showcase that. These are things that I didn't ever see in the last 10 years I've been in the business, and I've really personally have taken that up and beyond, just because I think that with the name, the luxury name of Pacific Sotheby's, and merging with other luxury brand names of magazines and putting high-end homes all together, the buyer can't get away from having our presence to them at the best level white glove service that you could possibly have.
Sotheby's is a brand known all over the world, and they do every kind of property imaginable. In my case, we tend to do a higher end type of sale. With the clients that we know, I have never met one that doesn't know and appreciate the Sotheby's brand. It's a high-end brand, and if you're dealing in high-end, it helps. The marketing schemes that we have and the consistency of the format is very classy, and those kinds of things count when you're after business. I've had very good success since joining Sotheby's in landing new clients on high-end properties.
Oh, you know, the international marketing. You know, as you know, in San Diego, we get a large percentage of people coming from outside the state and outside the country. So having being able to market where the buyers are. And if we have such a large portion of buyers coming from outside the country, it's very important to advertise internationally. And some of the exclusive avenues we have, and then also making sure that we're in the countries where the buyers are coming from, like Propco in China for one. So it's been very advantageous, if not just from the marketing standpoint, but in a listing presentation standpoint, to make sure my sellers understand that it's just not going to be advertised locally. We're going to market your home where the buyers are, and that's local and international. So it's been fantastic.
Strategic advantages by being with Sotheby's has been a life changer for me. I have never seen a real estate company offer a campaign. Like every single year, it's a different campaign. So last year I did a campaign called Essence. And the photography is so beautiful that I've had people tell me that they want to frame my marketing pieces. I want to frame my marketing pieces. So on one side is the Sotheby's, which opens doors and everybody wants to be part of. People think that everyone always thinks their house is very, very special and grand. So when they see these pieces and it happens to be a castle in Scotland or a beachfront in Thailand, they get to be part of that mix. So I grab them that way. I started marketing in a very affluent part of East San Diego County. And that is a place that's farmed heavily, and it's got its power players. And within 2 months of this beautiful campaign going out, this Sotheby's campaign, the phone is ringing, the text messages are coming in, the emails, and I closed so many transactions this year for the first time. And I know it's that marketing piece, and I can't wait for 2014's campaign.
The fact that I can call the owners if I need to. I've worked at other companies, they've been multi-conglomerate corporations. I didn't know who the owners were personally. I know the owners personally.
Great.
People know it. They know the name, the reputation, the level of sophistication that people believe that it has. They understand the marketing.
I think the thing that's impressed me the most is that the people in this company actually do what they say they're going to do. There were no empty promises made when we joined, and every step of the way it's been professional and ethical and just so supportive, which was a real big factor for us because it lacked in our last company. And so we've been really, really happy with it.
Everything. I've been so impressed with the leadership, with the training, with the access to anybody that you might want to speak to have a question answered. Everybody's very responsive. And it's also been a really welcoming experience, which is great. There's just a lot of support.
What has impressed me most about the company is that we represent the best brand, the best marketing, and the best agents in San Diego County. No one can touch the level of professionalism, marketing, and expertise we bring to the real estate market.
Perfect.
Working with Sotheby's International Realty, we represent the best in class across all price points.
I think what's impressed me the most about Sotheby's is just the general response I get from clients, existing clients and new clients, from my marketing material where I've been sending out mailers for 2 years and not getting any response, and then all of a sudden they're calling me and saying, oh, I see that you work with Sotheby's. So I think the name does help quite a bit, and that's probably the strongest thing that I've seen.
The leaders of the company are the reason why I came on board. It's a truly global company with a truly local connection, and I think that that's the most important thing anybody should know. Having sold real estate in New York, California, and the opportunity to sell internationally is incredible. To have our leaders internationally connected and locally connected is it's a win-win for everybody.
Probably the branding and is so exceptional that the signs and the brochures and the photography has to be just perfect for them to go into the global network and into our local things. They're very, very specific. And I think that helps sell homes. I mean, when your client gets on the Sotheby web site, they're going to want to stay on it because everything looks so good and looks so pristine, and that's really what counts when you get a listing.
The brand is iconic. It's opening some new doors for me. I'm happy I joined, and I feel I have a family of global agents behind me.
Okay. What has impressed you most about the company?
What's impressed me most, of course, with Sotheby's is the global network that it provides. But what's impressed me the very most is the management locally and who owns our company and runs our company. They're accessible to us, they're responsive to us, their moral compass is incredible. We're supported every step of the way. If I have a problem, I know I can get an answer immediately. And that's great not only for me, but for my clients.
Good God. That was great.
I started getting impressed about Sotheby's Realty before I even joined. I was at another brokerage, but you couldn't avoid seeing Pacific Sotheby's in magazines and signs in neighborhoods and driving around. And when I started considering joining Sotheby's, I remember feeling in my heart, oh my goodness, this company, it's going to be Sotheby's and everybody else. And I just want to be part of it.
Why not? Sotheby's is an incredible name, has incredible exposure. It has a prestige to it. People believe that it has an international reach, and San Diego being the area that it is with a lot of people moving in here, it's the company to have your home listed with.
This is actually a funny story because I had my own company for about 10 years, and I was considering for probably 2 years changing to one of the other notable companies in the area. And when I would sit at dinners following playing golf with such notable people or also CEOs of companies such as Qualcomm or Beyond Trust or some of the companies in the area, I would mention these other companies and no one would react. But the day that I mentioned the fact that I was considering switching to Sotheby's, everybody got quiet. It was like E.F. Hutton was in the room speaking, and they all felt that it was an excellent strategic advantage for me to change to such an incredible brand.
If I was talking to someone that was considering joining Pacific Sotheby's International Realty, I would tell them, hold on to your hat, because if you're lucky enough to be one of the people that is offered a position with this company, and you accept that, you have just made the best career choice possible. This company is dedicated to your success, whether it's the management, the training staff, the advertising, or the everyday operations of the company. They're here to make sure that they maximize your potential and your success in the market.
Tell us about a great Sotheby's Realty experience or aha moment.
A recent aha moment that I had, I was on a listing presentation, and the wife in this situation was listening to us go on about the national, local, international advertising. And at one point she got this little twinkle in her eye. And when she did that, she turned to her husband and then turned back to us and said, "That international marketing is exactly why we want you to sell our property."
Perfect. That was a home run. Yes, that's great, Fran. Thank you.
Good?
Yeah, beautiful.
Need to do it again? Good enough?
So it's the right mix of power.
Our clients and our agents, everybody automatically just thought we had gotten a promotion. And we did. We did. The brand speaks for itself, and our clients were thrilled to re-sign their listings with us, and it just gave us a bigger and a footprint in our marketplace with an internationally known name.
It depends on who I talk to, and there was a lot of different reactions. You know, a lot of times you get, "Oh, you're with Sotheby's, huh? Nice." And then some of them, you know, not to talk about other companies, but I'm glad that you're with Sotheby's. That's a great name, great company. And whether they know the company or not, they know the brand. They understand the quality that comes with that name.
Great. Good.
They were like, "Wow, that's really amazing. I mean, like, don't they just sell really high-end? Will you be able to, list our home?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I just listed a home in Rancho Bernardo, a condo for $300,000, and it sold right away." And I think it's really the brand. It really helps the client feel like they have something very special because they are with Sotheby's, and then they have me as an agent.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, what's holding you back? Sotheby's is an upgrade. I don't care if you're coming from a small brick and mortar company or a multi-conglomerate corporation. Sotheby's is an upgrade. I couldn't go from Sotheby's to another company and have it be an upgrade.
Perfect.
After 40 years of success in the real estate business, I feel a prestige being with this company like I've never felt before. The name, the acceptance that people have is just incredible. And it just makes real estate business a little more fun.
Do it. Do it. Do it now. I can't imagine any other company I would rather be with. Being at the point in my real estate career where my business is starting to take off, I'm so glad I'm here. I really am. And come to think about it, I think that my business is taking off because of this company. We offer so much training, which I love taking advantage of because I'm all about learning new things, brushing up on my skills, and more importantly, just being motivated to be the best agent I can be, to represent myself as well as this brand the way it deserves to be represented.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
If I was talking to someone that was considering joining Pacific Sotheby's International Realty, I would tell them, hold on to your hat, because if you're lucky enough to be one of the people that is offered a position with this company, and you accept that, you have just made the best career choice possible. This company is dedicated to your success, whether it's the management, the training staff, the advertising, or the everyday operations of the company. They're here to make sure that they maximize your potential and your success in the market.
I would tell them that they made a wise choice. Sotheby's is a powerful brand. It represents quality and integrity, and being able to build your business with those pieces in place allows you to build a relationship with your clients that's built on integrity, which is the best that a real estate agent can have. Also, the global reach of the company is really significant. There are 640 Sotheby's offices globally, and the website, the Sotheby's website, is also exceptional. The images that go onto that website are more engaging to people, and the average person spends 17 minutes on the Sotheby's website as opposed to other realty websites, which usually maintain people for only a few minutes.
I would tell someone who's thinking about Sotheby's to make a decision about how serious they are about being a broker and being a top broker in the county. Because when you join the Sotheby's network, you're going to be around a lot of people who are really committed to their business. It's a very inspiring thing, but for some people, it really makes agents that are not serious about the business take a second look at what they're doing. I would tell them to get excited. I would tell them to brush up on your small talk for the global networking events. And I would tell them to start looking at the branding and starting to set your branding similar to theirs, because if your branding looks anything like Sotheby's, it's very hard to go wrong. I would tell that agent to look at your business plan and be ready to sit in a room with a lot of other people that are doing a lot of great things. It's very inspiring to be part of Sotheby's. It's incredible to have the marketing behind you. It's so difficult to not do well within the Sotheby's model, and I tell them to get excited.
I would definitely tell an agent to actually consider it. Again, in the past, I've always thought that company came second or third or fourth to everything else. But Sotheby's name does carry quite a bit of weight. You know, it's not going to be a perfect fit for every agent out there. But I would definitely have it be one of the top 2 companies that I would interview with.
I would say if you want to work with the best, come on board with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty. I can tell you, and I speak with confidence when I say, it doesn't matter if I'm first to the listing or if I'm last to the listing. I know no other agent is going to be able to come in and tell that seller they're able to provide the local or the international marketing exposure that we're going to do for their property. It's really exciting when you go in and you share publications that no one really has access to. Those are exclusive partnerships that only Sotheby's has, and more importantly, it's going to get them the exposure they need to get their home sold and sold quickly.
Well, it just so happens that last week I interviewed a girl to work on our team, and I told her how fortunate she was to be starting with the Sotheby's brand and the reputation. You're starting at the top. And I told her that the marketing is superior, the teaching staff is wonderful with all the classes, and that it's like starting and going to a 5-star resort as your first experience in a hotel.
Great. There's
Well, one, to do it, for one, but the talking, going right back to what I was just talking about, really, the well-rounded marketing materials and avenues that we have as an agent to use. And one of the things that really stands out to me is, there's a lot of talk that, you hear it all the time, at least over the last 8, 9, 10 years with the internet, that print marketing is dead and it's a waste of time. That's old school. But here in San Diego, as you know, print marketing is very important. It's very important with tourism, people that are visiting here, whether it be Previews magazine, Fine Homes, or even the little insert magazines that go up and down, some of the coastal magazines. The buying power of Sotheby's and what we've done here to offer a large marketing at a small cost, it helps me leverage. So I think anybody thinking about coming out of a company, it's going to work out for you, and that you're going to have good avenues to market and do the job you need to do for your sellers.
Anybody that's looking to make a career change or maybe increase their business or their quality of life should know that going to Sotheby's will change your life. It'll change your mindset. It'll make you realize what your potential is, and you'll be able to eventually make your dream come true. So working for Sotheby's has made my dream come true.
Good.
I would tell them that Sotheby's is the best. I mean, it's really upped my game. I'm getting more listings. I'm proud to say I'm with Sotheby's. I can have my name tag on in the grocery store and I feel perfectly fine and just really proud because it's a very, very ethical, very good, clean, prestige company. I feel proud to wear my name tag wherever I go because it's such a quality company. It's so pristine, and I just feel proud, and that's very important to me, and I think it's important to my clients.
Just do it. There's nothing else to say. You'll never look back. Just do it.
I would say that it will probably catapult your business to do it. It's a great feeling to go to work every day with people that you like and whom you respect, but also for a firm and a network and a brand that's so strong and so solid and so well respected.
Within the first 2 weeks of us becoming Sotheby's, we had a walk-in that the gentleman's house had been on the market for 18 months with a different brokerage. And he came in wanting us to list his house. Well, we listed his house for $4.75 million, sold it in 11 days for $4.5 million with 3 offers.
Crazy.
A recent aha moment that I had, I was on a listing presentation, and the wife in this situation was listening to us go on about the national, local, international advertising. And at one point, she got this little twinkle in her eye. And when she did that, she turned to her husband and then turned back to us and said, "That international marketing is exactly why we want you to sell our property."
Well, I have the one that's most recent is we've been having people actually calling us because they want to list their homes because they said they really think that the name Sotheby's will make a difference. And my response is, give me 5 minutes and I'm going to prove it. The other aha moment we've had with Sotheby's is we merged our company only 5.5 months ago, and in that short amount of time, we took over the #1 in sales volume in our marketplace, which is pretty spectacular because we're going up against some pretty heavy hitters, but we know that the brand is what helped us, and we know it makes a difference. Okay. We merged our company 5.5 months ago with Sotheby's, and in that very short amount of time, we became #1 for sales volume in our marketplace.
That's cool. I think for me is when I went to the global networking event, the overall, the general consensus I had upon meeting all these other Sotheby's agents, whether they were from New York or Los Angeles or Hong Kong, was that they had a firm grasp of their market, wherever that was. And to me, that was really refreshing. Having done this for over 10 years now, some of the agents have sold one property in the last 2 years, and your patience kind of is tested. It wasn't the case with Sotheby's agents, and I'm just happy to be a part of that.
Well, probably my best experience with Sotheby's had to do with my name tag. I went to a women's luncheon, and I had the name tag on, and a lady came up to me and said, my cousin wants to list her $3 million home in the ranch, in Rancho Santa Fe, and they want to use a Sotheby's agent. Are you interested? I said, yeah, of course I'm interested. And it sold in 21 days.
That's great.
Well, what I know so far is that the brand is opening some doors for me.
Right.
And the punch that it delivers it's great. So now I feel like I have not just a brand, but a team and history behind me, supporting me.
The aha moment is when my clients' properties are seen by other people around the world, and my clients get a report from their friends that they've seen their property listed in Hong Kong when they were there, or they've seen it in the London Times when they were there. That's an aha moment when my clients call me up and say, you're doing a great job advertising our property.
I really am excited to be with this company, and I'm grateful for the opportunities, and I would just encourage anyone that's considering joining Pacific Sotheby's to do it. You won't regret it. I don't think I would be where I am at this point if it weren't for this wonderful company. And I would encourage you, if you're even thinking about it, do it, really. It's the best affiliation that you could ever want to be a part of, and I am so grateful for the wonderful opportunities and the experience that I've gained by being with this company. Okay, take it from me. If you are even considering joining this company, do it. Do it as fast as you can. I can't imagine where I would be without this company. I have gained so much confidence and experience and guidance, and all of my colleagues are wonderful, and the leadership is amazing. Again, I can't imagine being anywhere else. If you're considering joining Pacific Sotheby's, do it.
When I joined the company, we really had Brian Arrington had started the company, and he had been doing very well. But one of the things that happened is there was a new ownership, and that's a gentleman by the name of Steve Games, who has a large history of building incredible real estate brands and companies. And when he first joined the company, I personally was a little bit skeptical. But after seeing the way that he has been able to energize our company, train us in better methods of marketing, of selling and working, and the fact that not only has he assisted Brian in increasing the outreach of the company, he has been able to bring all sorts of new and innovative ideas to the table that work. And that's really the most important thing, is whether or not the thing actually functions and works. And from our standpoint, he and Brian are both owner agents. In other words, they really back their agents, and I feel comfortable, very comfortable working for these two.
I think being part of Sotheby's is being part of a family. It means something. Within the organization, we all support each other. It's not just that we're all trying to be more professional, do better, and gain more market share within our market. It's that we're really trying to do something meaningful and leave a career behind us that everybody remembers and looks on fondly. So when I joined Sotheby's, it was me making a statement that I'm going to be better. And Sotheby's is an integral part of that.
One of the things I have clients tell me is my property worthy of Sotheby's? And I always tell them it's not about the price point, it's about the level of service. But more importantly, it's about the level of exposure that's going to be required to get your property sold. And Pacific Sotheby's Realty truly goes unmatched. One of the things I have clients ask me is my property worthy of Sotheby's International Realty? And what I tell them is it's not about a price point, it's about a level of service. And more importantly, it's about the professionalism that you're going to get and the exposure that's going to go unmatched with any other company in town. One more. I would say that if you want to be with the best company who has the resources that's really going to help you go into a listing presentation and get that listing every time, you need to be with this company. No other company is going to provide the advertising, the global exposure, the networking. I can go on and on. The level of the high quality marketing materials we have, the local publications. It really is a slam dunk when you go up against your competition, and you really want to believe with conviction that you are the best and that you work with the best, and there's no other company I'd be able to say that about.
Great. One sentence.
If you want to be the best in the business and be at the top of your game, you have to align yourself with a company who's going to provide you with the tools necessary to be successful, because it's all about who you align yourself with and working with the best.
Okay, for crying.
Pacific Sotheby's International Realty, #1.
I have just completed a deal that involved a participant in Istanbul, Turkey, someone in Tehran, and someone in Abu Dhabi. Without the recognition of the Sotheby's brand, I really don't think it would have been possible to do this deal. I think that in the old days, real estate used to be a domestic issue. Now, there are people from all over the world that come to a place that's so gifted as the United States, and especially a place like La Jolla, where we live, and feel safe in investing their money. The Sotheby's contact helps us greatly in attracting those kinds of people.
You know, I, for one, have been accused of spending a little bit too much money, so to come with a company that's also been accused of spending too much money to market, I love it. It's a good fit for me. It's a win-win proposition. You're really doing the job for your sellers that you say you're going to do, which is advertising their home, not just putting a sign and flyers out front. You're really doing a rounded package, and I love that about the company, and it makes it very easy and cost-effective.
I think what has happened to me at Sotheby's is just amazing. I've been in the business for 29 years, and I've been with Sotheby's, Pacific Sotheby's, for 3 years now. And my last 2 years have been my best ever. It's helped amazing. I've actually never been able to make over 6 figures, and both years I've been well over 6 figures.
I sold just under 1,200 homes in upstate New York in about 10 years, which was a big success. I was one of the top 100 agents in the country. And I followed my dream of moving to Southern California. And when I decided that I was going to work for a real estate company, I knew coming out here that Sotheby's was the best. It always stood out as one of the most prestigious companies in the real estate market. And it wasn't on the same continent as any of the other companies. It was international. And that meant a lot to me because I had clients that were very much influencing my decisions because they were incredibly successful people, and they were telling me that Sotheby's was the brand I needed to be with if I really wanted to go to the next level in business and in life. And it's a quality company, it's a great company, it's got amazing leadership, and that's why I chose Sotheby's International Realty. That's why I chose Sotheby's International Realty.
Move it up.
Just do it. It's the best thing you could ever do. You'll never look back.
Money, perfect.
Oh, very good things. I'm proud to say that it's more than doubled. My price point has gone up like 76%, so that's exciting. It's fun to come to work with people who you enjoy and people who you respect. It makes you feel good about what you're doing to be a Sotheby's realtor. And yeah, I would just say, come join the team, happy family. That's a lot of fun too, but talk about powerful. It's people from all over the world who are successful in doing what we do best, selling real estate. The purpose, I think, is to put these professionals together under one roof, meet each other and talk about real estate all over the world and sell it, ultimately. So yeah, it's a great event. The global event is very powerful, networking with agents from all over the world under one roof, put there solely to do what we do best, which is to sell real estate. Ready? Just do it. It'll be fun, and you'll make a lot of money. Do it.
I've been in real estate for 12 years, and prior to joining Sotheby's, I was working for a brokerage that allowed me to keep 100% of my commission. And because I've already, built a name in a good business, I was very happy with that, which is one of the reasons I was kind of resistant to going to any brokerage that started having the splits and franchise fees. My business has increased so dramatically, and I knew it would, that literally I went from 20-something sales to 30-something sales, which is a 50% increase. And it's the first time in my professional career that I happily pay the franchise fee and my splits.